The Australian government has confirmed the timeline and details for the first phase of its vape crackdown, which was announced in May and will begin next year. Here we go. From January 1, 2024, the importation of all disposable, single-use vapes, whether they are labelled as containing nicotine or not, will be banned. Medical practitioners and nurses will be able to prescribe vapes, and patients will be able to buy their prescription vapes at pharmacies only. From March 1, 2024, the personal importation of any vape product, disposable or not, as well as the importation of refillable non-therapeutic vapes will be banned. Tighter regulations of flavours, nicotine levels, packaging will also be introduced alongside new legislation to block the domestic manufacture, advertisement, sale and possession of non-therapeutic vapes. So what if you're vaping on the street? Currently, penalties for nicotine vape possession and supply vary state to state. In Victoria, the maximum penalty is a fine of about $1,800. In New South Wales, it's a fine of about $2,200 or 6 months in prison. And in Queensland, the maximum penalty is a $27,500 fine. Those rules are only applied to nicotine vapes at the moment because that's what's currently outlawed. But it's pretty easy to get around those rules because pretty much every vape you buy in Australia doesn't list nicotine as an ingredient. Speaking at a press conference today, Butler said new penalties for sellers would come, but that he couldn't give details yet. But when asked about blanket bans on the possession of all vapes, Butler said the government wouldn't be doing that. He said, "That was obviously an option and we determined that the mischief here was the import and supply. We're not about to attribute blame to people who use these products and have become addicted. This has been a vast act of subterfuge by the tobacco industry that promoted the development of these products and the marketing of these products. As I said, for one clear purpose, to recruit a new generation of nicotine addicts, and I'm not going to blame those users. I'm going to blame the people who develop, import and supply them, and we're going to try and stamp that out." But he did say penalties for anyone selling vapes would be substantial. And since the ban was announced in May, police have been publishing press releases on successful raids on vape retailers and distributors to effectively send a message to the public. So a similar blitz could happen next year. Butler also said all Australian governments are committed to working together to stop the disturbing growth in vaping among our young people. Vaping was sold to governments and communities around the world as a therapeutic product to help long-term smokers quit. It was not sold as a recreational product, especially not one targeted to kids, but that's what it has become. Since nicotine vapes were made illegal in Australia in 2021, vape rates have skyrocketed, and recent research from Cancer Victoria showed that about 1 in 5 people aged between 18 and 24 were current vapers. Cancer Victoria also said this is leading to an uptick in youth smoking rates for the first time since the mid-90s, and Butler said this was the main reason behind the ban, that vaping was creating a whole new generation of nicotine dependency.